Welcome to the Anthem Lights podcast.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah, thanks for being here, dude. It was really nice. Today, we're going to be interviewing our guest, Chad.
Who is that? Chad Graham.
Chad. Can you believe it?
Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for coming and being on our podcast.
I appreciate
today,
you having me.
Absolutely.
It's really cool to be here.
We want to be able to interview many people on this podcast in the future, but we figured we'd start with just getting to know each of us just a little bit, just a little peek into each other's lives. So Chad, on this last week of living, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Is he dying?
You have 1 week left.
On the last 7 rotations of the earth.
A scale of 1 to 10, how has your previous week been?
It's been a good week, you know?
Yeah.
Played softball last night. My team got throttled again. It's been good.
So
yeah.
Where are we at on that scale?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hearing the number.
It was a fun throttling. I don't know if you can count that, but
Looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or a 10 here, Chad. Chad, I've got something here.
what is it?
I have the bio of Chad Graham.
We thought it was important for everybody to get to know the real you, so we pulled your bio.
So I'm going to give it a read
I
right now.
literally don't even remember what's on here, so here we go.
Chad Graham and his high-soaring vocals have been in the music scene for over 15 years.
So obviously I didn't write this about myself. Someone else did.
And his musical wins have only continued to accumulate since he formed Anthem Lights in 2007.
Humble brag.
Ooh. Wow.
So was this written by Chat GPT or Chad GPT?
Chat definitely assisted.
We're just getting started here, boys. But when Chad became a student of world-renowned vocal coach Brett Manning several years ago...
Is that
Name
Peyton's
drop.
brother?
I think so. It was like an extra shot of espresso. Shout out espresso.
Even though I don't drink espresso, but
After an already energizing journey, completely transforming him as a singer.
This sounds
And you're
mad
making
lib.
fun of me for using big words.
Once Chad knew he wanted to coach others in the same way he was, he trained under another world-renowned coach, Shelby Rollins, and earned his master vocal certification.
obviously this is a push to get vocal students if you have not figured
what's it
that
like
out.
having mastered being a singer?
You know,
I can... Chad is a master singer.
I don't make personal singing mistakes.
I would hire Chad to teach me how to sing. Anyway, we're not done, boys. We got a ways to go still. Today, not only is Chad still singing with Anthem Lights, but also lending his experience as a voice coach. That's pretty cool.
It's a good way to say it, Chad.
Anyone can get voice lessons with the great Chad Graham. I'm considering it. Chad has been a sought-after vocal coach for 6 years, determined to help people uncover their hidden potential.
Oh, yeah.
Through his guidance and direction, many have expanded their ranges and cultivated unique styles that set them apart from the rest. I could cry right now. This is beautiful.
Gosh.
This is beautiful.
Chad?
Drawing upon both experiences within Anthem Lights,
All right. How many? You want 10 lessons? 5?
both experiences within Anthem Lights' non-conformist path to fame, Chad is passionate about helping aspiring musicians reach success by honing in on innate talents, as well as leading those simply seeking better singing prowess. This is a mouthful,
You
and
sure
I'm
is.
struggling. It's like a tongue
This
twister.
sure is. Whoever wrote this about me, great words.
Even during shower solos, he specifies.
Throw it a little
Where
humor
I
there.
really shine.
Wow.
to discover the true value of individual voices. And there's a beautiful picture of Chad here.
Beautiful
under
picture.
that.
Look at that. Wow. Thanks for reading that.
That's the most reading I've done in years.
Well done, Chad. Honestly, great bio. Learned a lot.
Let's be real. Chat GPT helped me out a lot on that one.
Sure, but you feel...
I don't know
feel
what
like
half of those words mean.
You're educated.
He's like, I don't coach vocals. So I don't
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing that.
Chad, I want to kick this off with a question.
Sup?
At what age...
That's usually how interviews go.
For this interview, I'd like to ask you some questions. At what age did Chad Graham realize he could sing?
My mom made me believe I was the best singer in the world. So
As all moms should.
as they all do. And so I thought I was good, you know? And I mean, that started as young as I can remember. Like, I don't remember a time when it started. I just was singing since I could really remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I remember
That's
the
great.
time that, this isn't your question, but the time that I knew like I really loved music and wanted to sing was I had a choice. I was in the 5th grade, I think, and I had the choice between playing a little league baseball game, which I was good at for my age at the time and enjoyed, or go to a For Him Point of Grace concert. And I chose the concert. Ooh. And I walked out of that concert like that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And it was, my mom said to this day, that was when I knew you were going to sing. And so
You let your team down, Chad.
I did.
Am I supposed to be proud of you? I'm just kidding. They needed you that game.
What if they lost by a run? And your backup struck out.
I don't remember what happened.
Because of that decision, your softball team gets throttled now.
Exactly.
That's cool, man.
No, it's great. So For Him.
For Him.
That was the concert that did it. That's amazing.
Did you tell Mark
vocal
Harris?
groups.
Did you tell Mark Harris that story?
I did.
We were just with one of the guys from For Him.
Yeah,
You did?
I
That's
tell
awesome.
him. It was cool.
At what age did you realize that you were never going to go through puberty? And your voice would never get low. How old were you?
That was such a between two ferns question. So is it hard not having gone through puberty? Or
Well, here's a funny story. Like when early in our band's life, like when we were on a label and whatnot, I did not sing high. Like I was not the high guy in our band. That was Kyle. And I don't know what my purpose was in the band at the time, but I sang low. Like I was just kind of mid-range tenor. And when he left the band, that was really when I was like, all right, I think I could sing this. I think I could sing high. And then that's when I went to Brett Manning and really trained hard. And that's when my range just changed. But I still talk like a man.
Yeah, but it sounds a little forced.
I'm not forcing this voice.
your speaking voice is significantly lower than your singing voice.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I've always kind of wanted to ask you, and I've never asked you.
Ooh.
So a little context. This started as a solo project for Chad, this whole Anthem Lights thing. What went into the decision to not pursue that anymore and change it into a group? Because you guys, like the story we got when you came to audition us was like, I was going to do a solo project, but just somebody, my producer suggested making it a group, and I loved groups. And so that was the story we got. And that maybe that it was as simple as that. But like, was that a difficult decision for you? Was that a relief to kind of take the pressure off? Like how did that unfold for you?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, for me, it made complete 100% sense. Like there was never really a point where I was like, I don't think I can remember there being a point where I was regretting it or thinking, having a tough decision with that, because I've always felt, I mean, I like going back to the For Him thing. Like that's when I started loving music. And from that point forward, like vocal groups were like my favorite thing. Like any vocal groups were like, that was what I would listen to on repeat. I love the harmonies. I love all that stuff. And so I always kind of saw myself in a vocal group, and so I was doing the solo stuff. I just didn't feel like I had the personality really to like do this on my own. And so it just kind of made sense to like get a team around me of vocalists. I enjoyed it, and it just made sense. So yeah.
Who's your favorite bandmate? Choose wisely. Remember, Chad.
I almost did.
That's awesome.
Well, here's something that I'm curious about. You're tall.
Am I?
He's
Or are you short?
I feel like he's normal.
Both can be true. Both can be true. But you're athletic, and you were big into sports in high school, right?
Yeah.
Played sports all through high school.
Yeah.
Did you do music at the same time? Did one of them take more of your time and attention? Did you like one of them more?
Yeah, no, I did both. The high school I went to was a performing arts center. So like half the school was in this performing arts center that you had to audition to be in. And I was obviously in the vocal department. And I know like I had to choose always between being in the musical or playing sports. And one year, my senior year, I chose to be in a musical, and like I still played basketball.
Classic
but
Troy Bolton.
I was like half.
I know. And
I was kind of half into basketball, but I was pretty much all into the musical side of things. So
I was about to ask. So you've been in some musicals, you've been in some plays.
yeah, I did a couple on my senior year.
Which ones did you do?
We did Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. That was fun. Then we did a musical no one's ever really heard of called A New World, I think. It was like an all singing thing, and it was some really amazing music. But
Were you the lead in those shows?
I wasn't in Joseph because the guy who was the lead is on Broadway today, so I couldn't really compete with him. But I was a brother who got to sing in a Southern accent during my song, and so that was the highlight of my career.
But you're so bad at accents.
I'm good at Southern. I can do Southern accents well,
Prove it.
but I can't do anything. I can't do anything else in this town.
That's not good. That's not good. It's bad.
That's not good.
I think it's pretty good. When I'm on the spot, it's really
Why are
bad.
you talking so slow?
He was so ready with that exact sentence. Well, I can't do anything in this town. What? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I don't like being put on the spot with accents.
It is an odd
It's
spot.
kind of like a Chad thing to be bad at accents.
It is.
If you've
It's-
watched our
it
cartoon, you
is.
got to watch the episode where we're all the Downton Abbey episode where we all have.
And what's sad is that it was not me trying
I
to be
know,
bad.
yeah.
Like I'm just that bad.
Let's make Chad do some accents.
No,
for
we're not
fun,
doing
right?
that.
It's great
No, not
content,
doing
bro.
that. No.
Do you want the podcast to be successful?
Not that much.
Okay.
Chad, would you ever consider doing like local theater again? Because I know you love musicals.
I do love musicals.
He told me the other day he's been to Wicked how many times?
Over 10 times.
That's crazy.
I do love me some musicals.
Would you consider trying out and doing like some local theater stuff?
I can't really see myself doing that. I would love to be like, it's like, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have that kind of talent and ability for that world. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I have the voice for it.
Not many
and I don't think
men
I have
can
the
sing as
acting,
high as you
I don't have
do,
the
bro.
acting skills for it.
Yeah, I don't know that he's got the voice for it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that you.
Wow, bro.
No, it's not. It's
For the
not
record, I
saying-
said that
I'm
just
not
now.
saying he's not good enough. I'm just saying it's not the
It's
right
not the
fit.
right voice. Yeah.
Like
Sure.
your range is amazing. Of course, you could hit all the notes and do all the things, but it's like there's this very very specific type of tone that succeeds in that world.
If someone came to me and was like, "Hey, I want you to play this role," and this, what I would be like, "I'm in." You know,
I think you'd be a great
it's your choice.
Elphaba.
But Elphaba, yeah, me too.
Elphaba, yeah. I would come see
I'm
it.
here to
I would bring you
audition for
flowers.
Elphaba.
Listen, I've been trying to get Brooke to go and do some stuff. So if you go, I'll just send her with you and you guys can both do a play.
What if they were the male and female lead and they had to kiss on stage?
I will
He's
beat
like,
no, I'm just
I take it back.
Hey, remember what I just said? No.
Yeah, I take it all back.
Take it all back.
So we've been doing this thing for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think we calculated at one point we've recorded over 350 songs,
350
something.
something, yeah.
Hundreds of videos, hundreds of shows at this point. What keeps you coming back? We've done TV shows and we've done tours and we've done all kinds of records and all kinds of styles of music. Like what keeps you hopping behind the wheel and driving to the next Anthem Lights session or shit?
Yeah. I mean, I still love it. I still love singing. I still love being a part of this group. I love hanging with you guys. So I'm going to ride it out as long as it goes, until another boy band calls me and, more successful in this group. I'm here. But
They're out there, I'm sure.
if Pentatonics calls, they need a high guy. See y'all.
Yeah.
I could honestly see that happening too.
I had a dream
For
that
some
happened
reason, I
one
feel
time.
like you joining Pentatonics would still benefit our group. So yeah, go do that.
It's true. And with the way we operate, I'd probably still be in this group.
Now that is an interesting, you have the skill set for a group like that to be like if they need a high guy, all right, we got to find somebody that can sing in the rafters.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this band one time. They have a guy that can hit, I could totally, it kind of happened with Go Fish,
Sure.
the stuff you did with them. So I could see, something like that happening. God forbid.
Well, let's hope not. Can't have Chad being more successful than me in any area. So
Immediate rivalry amongst the group. Another cut, yeah.
Is that why you moved right next to me? Because you're like, nope, he can't live here. I got to live here.
absolutely. And I don't know if you've noticed, but our street is on a hill and my house is higher than yours.
It's all calculated.
We go to Joey's house. He's just got a pin board of Chad. All right, I got to do this.
At the top is height, and I just stare at it for hours a day. How can I catch him?
Random stretching machines all around the house.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good. Other than your undying commitment to this group, What else takes up your time in the weeks, Chad?
Well, as of late, I've kind of had a big shift. I've kind of accidentally stumbled into the world of like social media, managing social media,
Sweet.
making content and whatnot. I have some buddies that, just in talking to them needed it. And then that just kind of led to another job. So I've been very busy doing that. And it kind of feels like something that I'm looking to grow some more because it kind of fell in my lap. And,
Sure.
So right now that's been like where most of my energy has been over the past like 3 weeks, is in that world. Don't have a name for it or anything like that, but
No, it's sweet.
social media with Chad.
Well, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, I know that you don't love social media.
And I love being on the other end of social media.
But you've obviously been a good video editor for a long time, and because of your your go at music, like that world, social media.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's kind of how it made sense. I was kind of I'm thinking of ways like, what can I do outside of music? It'd just be nice to not have all my eggs in one pot, which is music. And I thought about what am I good
Or basket. Or basket.
Like, oh, my eggs boiled in a pot. I can't.
where was I? Anyways,
You're diversifying.
yes. And so I was just trying to think like, what are the things that I'm good at, that this journey and what I've been doing, can help me at. And that, I've spent a lot of time getting good at video editing. Feel like I can be really creative when it comes to content and whatnot. And so, I just kind of thought maybe I could do that. And then it just, all this stuff just started happening and fell in my lap as far as jobs go. And so that's kind of made sense.
That's cool, man. So you've put out a bunch of solo music as Chad Graham, and also you have a duo with your wife called Finding Us. Mm-hmm. Is there anything on the horizon with that stuff?
We've been doing we've been doing some hymn stuff. It's under Chad Graham featuring Fallon, more so because she's gotten like a full-time job now. She's just started being a counselor, and that's taken up most of her time. So she's it's hard to get her in there to do vocals. So pretty much going forward, it's like if I put her on stuff, it's going to be a Chad Graham thing, and with her featuring her and whatnot. Cool. So, it helps to put a pretty face on the video with you,
I'm sure.
So strategically,
I know that
makes
well.
sense. Exactly.
What hymn is it?
I honestly don't remember.
I can tell this project means a lot to you. Just kidding.
I have a question that I should have asked earlier. What's the first song you remember loving?
I mean, I go to like, what's a kid's show I used to watch? Saved by the Bell.
Well, I wake up in the morning.
I give myself a look, I'm at a corner.
That was a jam.
It was a jam.
So funny. So Chad, you've been in Anthem Lights for 13 plus years. You've been singing for as long as you can remember. And you've been an artist for a majority of your life. Is there anything that you've learned along the way, or any piece of advice that you feel like might be helpful to someone who wants to walk that same path? Yeah,
I think, one thing I think I've learned a lot, especially through our journey together, is just do stuff, And this is something I preach in vocal coaching is a lot of people will hold on, like not put anything out or do anything public because they need it to be perfect. And they're like, this isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right. And I'm just always encouraging people, just put it out. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? No one listens to it. It's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna hurt your career. Like, I mean, we put out stuff all the time that no one listens to, like we do. We have stuff that comes out and does nothing.
Thanks for listening.
But then we put out so much stuff that
Like this podcast.
Exactly. No, I mean, thank you, the two of you who are here. So I think for me, it's just to do stuff. And you never know, like, because a lot of people come in here wanting to sing, wanting to do the artist thing, and then path kind of takes them somewhere else in the music industry. And there's a lot of places that can go. Like Joey's about to leave the band to be a full-time producer. He started off a singer, and
You heard it here first, folks.
That's the hope.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I think that's the biggest word of advice I have. It's just, don't wait, because years are going to go by and you're going to have not put anything out because you thought that, when I get the perfect thing, it's going to hit off, and it may not. It probably won't, so you just got to put stuff out.
It's great advice, man.
Yeah.
Chad Graham, everybody.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thanks for coming on
being
the
here.
show.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Well, this has been great. We're going to keep this conversation going. If you want to keep listening, if you haven't had enough of this, We're going to talk about some other things over on our YouTube, Anthem Lights. Check it out.
I mean, you really should see Spencer's outfit.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. You will not believe what I'm wearing.
But if you're driving,
fashion
please
icon.
stick to audio.
Yeah.
You're going to want to pull over it.
Yeah.